Hey, what's going on, Trading View World? How are y'all doing today? I hope that y'all had a great Easter weekend, all that fun stuff. We're back at it. We took the weekend off, so I missed y'all Friday. Markets were closed. I mean, Bitcoin and crypto never sleeps, but they generally, now that it's so institutional heavy. What's up, Casey Lewis? They, pretty much follow most of the time what traditional markets do, moving, waiting, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, happy Monday, April Fool's Day. Pull some pranks on your homies. That's always fun. I thought about doing one on here, but nope. We're just going to talk about price action. Not going to get too crazy. Dragon today? Yeah, are you? A little bit of a long weekend, bud. Yeah, I think everybody's going to be in that same boat today for sure, man. But that's okay. It is Monday, too. It's just regular Monday. Oh, well, this is No Noise Time. I am Z Rex for episode 363. Man, I'm a little bit late today. Yeah, you're right. If you're talking about me, it is noon o'clock almost. So let's get it in. Let's talk about a couple things as we just scan through the watch list real quick because there's two things that are popping out bigly to me right now that we've been mentioning for a hot minute and eyeballing on the show, which I'm sure a lot of people are. Remember, we're all watching the same movie, but it is oil. Oil is breaking out over that low 80 level, 82 handle. Oh, that is very interesting. And also, look what's breaking out with it as well is TNX. That is not a great sign for inflation. Definitely not. We're going to have to keep a big eye on those this week, which we kind of already expected from last week. But now it's confirmed, hundo, percento. And gold's even rallying pretty hard, expecting some bigger inflation to be coming down the pipeline, which will most certainly happen if oil stays bid up here above 82 handle. So, man, and that's not going to be good, really, I don't think, for tech stocks or crypto, especially if rates keep going up. Yeah, kind of an interesting dynamic playing out as gold is really sniffing out some inflation here. But let's start from the top, as we always like to do. And we can start with the monthly, actually, because the monthlies did close yesterday. So let's move our little coffee cup over here. Let's see what we've got. Oh, look at that. Monthly open and close above all of the previous closes. That's pretty good. That's actually real sexy. Big girthy candle closing up at 71 and change. Not too shabby. That actually looks really good for a continuation to the upside. One thing that I did notice last night when I was kind of just fanning through some charts was that we don't have that on the total monies in the crypto universe, aka the market cap. You can see we're a little bit off the highs and also way off the highs on if you take Bitcoin out and just look at shitcoin market cap. We're pretty well off the highs, about what is that, 350 billion or so. And I was kind of fanning through back in history on this, and I was noticing that the big rally usually starts happening right after the money comes in and surpasses the last market cap, which you can see this time was at about February of 2021, which is well into the bull market for Bitcoin. We are actually almost at the first all-time high there at 66,000 or whatever it was in early May, and then later, or I'm sorry, earlier in 21, and then later in 21 we hit that 69K, which is right around here. So that's just interesting that there's a little bit of a lag here, just kind of like miners too. We could kind of throw it in that bucket that, they wait for Bitcoin Mama Bear to really confirm that it's a new breakout, which makes sense. And then all the retail and the dumb people that didn't want to buy Bitcoin ever when it was really low, because whatever the hell reason, they're like, no, it's not a good buy here or here or here or here or here or anywhere here, but definitely up here, I'm going to buy it. So, that's definitely retail FOMO at its finest, but just kind of something I noticed last night. So we don't have quite full all the way girthy erectness in the candles for the bulls, but it is damn freaking close. I mean, it's like 80% pretty much. So let's go to dominance real quick. What is that looking like? Yeah, just kind of floating up and to the right. Looks pretty good. Let's go. The futures actually closed on Thursday. Same thing. So we have nice confluence there. So that looks nice. Double looking nice. And let's jump over to the daily. Because Sunday's candle was actually pretty sexy. And then today is like, oh, really, bro? We're just going to get rejected right here. And this freaking low 70s at this 786, 886 range, which we talked about last week, is holding the bulls with a swiftness. Now, if bulls want to keep this shit up and be bullish like every other epoch and not make another marker that makes this time different, then this trend line should not be broken. I know that sounds crazy to put so much weight on a trend line. I generally wouldn't do that. But in the case of Mama Bear, it has had the exact same trajectory and angle on all its bull runs when they first started. You can see every single one has the exact same angle. So is this time different? Well, we already have an all-time high and meme coins are pumping really hard. So one could argue very strongly that yes, it is. But this is a big one here for trend. And you can see the last time we did break it, it was a swift sell-off of about 50-ish%. But after that happened, we had this fake out right here with mega bearish divergence and GBDC didn't make a new high and all that. That was an ultimate bull trap right there, faux show. And so also another thing too we can look out for is 20% dips. Oh, excuse me. Is 20% dips roughly from the all-time high. I forgot. I need to pull that out. You can see that's 17%. I have a chart somewhere in the infinite amount of charts I have that once you get a pullback from the all-time high of 20% on Bitcoin, that has marked the top most of the time. I really need to pull that out, or maybe I have to just redo it. But that has marked the tops when it breaches that 20% level. And that's when you start getting these deeper retraces like this. And let's see where that was at this point, just for shits and giggles. Look right there. Yeah, so we had this first little week, 21%. And you can see that marked the top there, faux show, at least the temporary top. And then you had this one here too, which it was the second week it did it, which also coincided with touching the 21. Those two things together is bulls are done pretty much. And that's what I'm kind of looking for in this run here. We're not close to it yet. It's still all the way down at 53K. But, as that just ratchets up, hell, another couple weeks by the halving, that shit's going to probably be all the way in the low 60,000 range, which, yay, the halving is coming up in a few short weeks, y'all. Are y'all super excited and stoked? I'm finally seeing mainstream media put out articles about this over this weekend about buying Bitcoin and the halving. Is it a buy now? How hilarious. Yeah, post that article now, right? But don't post it in here in this consolidation or even here or none of this or whatever. It's like, no, let's wait till it's at all-time highs and then post that. Very typical of mainstream. It's like, what's the stupid? I just don't really care about any of that, but it's funny sometimes. You like, what is it, the Economic Times or whatever, and then the front page usually marks some real big pivot points. Anyway, whatever. I digress. Moving on, Mama Bear, stay on this trend line. This candle would look kind of shitty if it closes like this, but we still got 7 hours left roughly, and would like to see the bulls close back over 69 and change, because otherwise this is technically engulfing the prior almost week of business. So that kind of isn't the super sexy thing, but man, very, very tight little squeeze-a-lay here. Stay on this trend line, Mama Bear. You can do it. GBDC is not really that far down at all. I mean, it's looking real good. This Tuesday candle, and then also, what was that, a couple weeks ago or whatever, that engulfing Tuesday, Wednesday candle. Those two look real good. As long as we're above that as well, it looks pretty damn decent. Ethereum, or not Mama Bear, sorry, Unicorn Bear, or Unicorn Shirt Man. He is actually breaching these candles. He is actually below the Tuesday candle and is actually below the tops of the little tweezers right here. Not super sexy price action, to be honest, on Ethereum. So, and that is definitely engulfing a week plus of price action. So, barely hanging on here. Maybe we're just getting a little short liquidation break before some pumpage. But man, with the halving coming up so soon, this is a very precarious spot, y'all. I'm a little, I don't want to say confused isn't the right word, but I'm definitely cautious here about how the reaction from this halving is going to be. You know, everyone and their mom is looking at it now, and as this next week goes by, I imagine all MSM will start talking about it. It's amazing, blah blah blah, whatever. It's not, it's bearish. Who knows? They're gonna say all kinds of shit. But just considering meme coins are like the biggest pumps, and we've already hit all time highs before it. Yeah, it is interesting. I'm probably gonna hedge some of my exposure this week. Maybe even take some long exposure off, just because I mean I'm fully committed right now. So um, I don't know. It's tough, man. I'm kind of going back and forth, but hey, this is a live stream, and I just kind of go off my raw analysis here, and sometimes I'm hashing that out on air, if you will. But yeah, just hold this trend line and it's all good. We start breaching like 67 and a half. Ooh, that would not be good, guys. All right, let's go back to Unicorn Man. What's his monthly looking like? Beautiful monthly, open and close. So the high time frames are kicking up to full bull mode, which is the sexiest part about these charts. I just really can't wait till the halving is over, pretty much. Only 3 weeks. Woohoo! Same with futures, so that's nice. Litecoin actually had a pretty big ass pump over this weekend. If we go to the daily, on Friday, Saturday, it went all the way up to like 110, flashed up to 113 just for a second. Immediate rejection, though. Litecoin cannot get its shit together. Although, to be fair, it is higher highs and higher lows mostly outside of this little blipper. So it does look real good as long as we're above the mid 90s on Litecoin. Very interested to see how these candles close today, though. And really what I don't like is inflation coming back up with oil and TNX hinting that it's go time for inflation. That's probably the most concerning thing. Ethereum Classic, what the hell? What are you doing? Everything's kind of selling off today after the holidays. People probably raising some money after they spent all their money on Easter weekend. Also probably raising some money to go see the eclipse, which is coming up this weekend. Or wait, no, a week from today. Which has conspiracies floating all around that shit. So there you go. Fun times. April's going to be a doozy, right? All right, let's go to XMR. XMR, man. XMR just can't do shit, man. Garlic bread is just staying in the oven and getting crispy. But look what it's doing. Crypto filling out triangles all the way to the apex. Very typical. Very typical. I don't know why crypto likes to do that. That's one of the only assets I see fill 90+% a lot. I've seen them also go right through the apex sideways for another like month. I've seen that so many times on crypto. It's hilarious. Crypto's like, yeah, suck it, triangles. We don't care. Let's see. Above 64. I mean, it's pretty much the same shit as the last couple weeks. 58, 64. Nothing really to add there. Rejection at that 14 cents, bottom end of the blue box here, but does have good support around 13 flat, so whatever. Tron not really doing anything, getting squeezed between short and long-term moving averages. I think the best case scenario for Tron is this turning into like a bump and run pattern, breaking out, maybe just kind of staying above about 11.5 pennies, and then Mama Bear breaking out over probably 74,000 to get this really excited again, especially considering it had lots of relative strength prior to pretty much any other coin running. It's been looking good going all the way back over a year, pretty much. No, actually, not pretty much. Definitely over a year at this point, because I forget it's April already. Dot, yeah, look at this. Struggle is real, man. Don't be getting too more comfortable. A little bit lower on most of these charts are going to be kind of the same thing. Don't be getting too comfy below that. ADA, oof, that's not great. H pattern is in play here. Got a little whoop-a-doo like that. I didn't draw that super great, but y'all get the idea. It's something around here. A little support at 58. Needs to get back over 66, though, to get real bullish. If that were to happen in the next like week or so, that I would look for this 80-ish level to get taken out. Let's see. Link. What are the Link Marines doing? Staying inside their box, making a whatchamacallit, a megaphone pattern up here. You can see there. So pretty neutral pattern for the most part. Above 17, really 17.5, it really needs to stay above, but starting to get some little selling pressure, man. And this is coming off the backs, in my opinion, off of oil and rates, yields going up. Those two things, you know, we've been talking about that a lot, are not good for inflation. And if we start hiking again, I don't know how fidgety the market will be if we go to, 550 and 5.75 on the rates, or even, just jump to 6 or something to try to tame it, or whatever the hell they want to talk about. I don't know. They just make shit up pretty much. Regardless, inflation higher, bad for economy. People are already feeling that shit hardcore. I'm sure y'all are. I'm sure people are. It's not great. BCH, though, one thing that was defying the market over the weekend, Easter weekend, was BCH has risen, apparently. Almost hit our target up here at about 7.5. Just shy of it, about, $40 or so. A pretty good freaking run, though. Very nice. Getting a little breather, which is to be expected, especially off of this chart. Mega supported about 500. BSV trying to do its thing, but couldn't even get over 100 for a day. Yeah, whatever. Kind of weak sauce. Let's look at the monthly. Yeah. I mean, long term is still the same shit. Above about upper 70s is real good support, but kind of this trend line we could use, which is about 80-ish, 85. XMR, dude, poor Monero. It has looked like garbage for a long time. I don't know. I guess. Well, actually, I do know. The market doesn't care about privacy. They really, really don't. If you just think about it, people gladly relinquish any privacy for convenience, especially when it comes to tech. We see it all the time with permissions on your smartphone, blah, blah, blah. I mean, y'all already know what time it is. And this is just proving it in the market, too. Like, Monero is basically a stable coin, which is a cool thing in itself. For Tendy appreciation, not super great. But for privacy and sending money in the crypto ecosphere, pretty cool. I guess the one problem is if they keep getting pushed, a lot of these exchanges and stuff are just going to remove it, which is already kind of happening. And then will it be as useful for moving stuff? I don't know. Hopefully DeFi gets built out really well this year. It does seem like that is happening with Didex and some other projects. But, how long until they get a little visit from a black suit man and says, hey, dude, you better start KYCing? I mean, I don't know. It's tough. Regardless, be an interesting year nonetheless. Zcash failing at the 29 level. Ew, sideways as hell. Is this Wyckoff accumulation, you might ask? And what I'm looking at is this little ba-ding, ba-ding, patow. Is this the spring right here? Is that the spring to where before we're about to pump like this? It very well could be. Bitcoin needs to get over 73,000 though for that to happen. Zcash and privacy coins don't have enough momentum by themselves, like something like Tron did or BCH or something. That privacy component is really stifling their upside potential, unfortunately. And I hate to say that, but the market has kind of hated privacy coins for a while. And the crypto market's just way different than it used to be. It's not all about fighting the government anymore. It's more about getting tendies and getting government approval now, which is a really weird shift. If you've been in crypto a long time, I'm sure that makes you sad as well as it does me. Anyway, moving on. Doge is always happy, though. Looks very good above 18 cents. Beast mode monthly. Look at that beastie monthly girthy candle. 88.84% up. Beautiful. Let's go back to the daily. Looks very good above 18 cents. This is definitely one of the better looking charts. Target is upper 20s on this. Oh, and real quick before I forget, on Mama Bear, the weekly now, since we did get above 69,000, this weekly actually has the first chance to, well, actually, sorry, the second chance, because it could have did it on this doji. So this will be the second, whoops, this will be the second chance we have to do an open and close above 69,000. That is huge. We really need to see that. We talked about that a week or two ago with the miners catching up. They're probably waiting for that. So really need to see that. Also on the monthly, we also have the potential this month. I know it's the first day, but definitely noteworthy to have an open and close above 69,000. The Bulls have got serious work to do this month, and it's probably going to be a volatile one given all of the things happening here in the next couple of weeks, having eclipse crap, etc. All right, wanted to make that point real quick before I forgot. Back to the list. STX looks real good above 310-ish. Kind of just going sideways, nothing really happening. Real tight range at 325 and 375. So if you're a real conservative trader, you'd probably get out or maybe in for the long side on either one of those on a closing basis. TrueFi hit our target over here last week, but it's already coming back down. Will it stay above 12 cents is the question for the Bulls now. We do have a weekly open, or not open and close, sorry, a weekly close higher than over here. And we also, no, nothing here, there yet. That's good English, dude. Anyway, moving on. XRD. Oh, XRD is rolling over here. What are you doing? A lot of support at upper 6 to about 7. Actually, you know where it is? It's 69. Hell yeah. That's actually where the is that where this is? Oh, it's just shy of 69. 687. Close is close enough. We're calling it 69. You can see it rallied right up to this. We were expecting that resistance last week too. I mean, when you first test these magenta candles of death, which is just a little proprietary code I have on the candle colors. But anyway, whenever you get those, they're very important. As you notice, if you watch the show a lot, you don't see those very often. And so, yeah, that got a little marker, little liquidation break, but still looks very good above upper 6s. V-Chain. Oh, what is this, man? Funky kind of chart here. Technically, this is lower lows and lower highs. So we're kind of doing a little downward channel at the top of range. Real good support at about 420, 42, that is. And that's about it. Pretty boring, to be fair. Oh, Adam is just selling off. What are you doing, bro? Stay above this swing low. Very important. Those tweezer bottoms, very important right now. For bulls, they should not let bears get below these prices points. And this is on every chart. Pretty much every chart has these little tweezer tops from Tuesday, Wednesday of what was that? 2 weeks ago. So do not breach these. Very important. Osmos couldn't get over its daily, but man, look at this thing, just chop fest 3,000, getting squeeze-a-laid between all of the moving averages. Probably big-ass move coming in this. I would imagine by having this thing is either going to go to 60-something cents or it's probably going to go to like $2. So Ton coin, actually. Look at this. This bitch looks like it wants to break out. 550. We hit the target. Probably thought, no way, that could go up there. That's freaking double up. Well, shit. The voodoo TAT leaves strike again. This looks bullish as hell as long as it's on this trend line. It's up until it ain't. Easy peasy. Matic. Oh, man. Rolling over again. Matic's having a real big problem staying over $1. A little surprising there. You know, they got some good support, but that's okay. Slow is good. It's rather build the chart out in a nice sine wave form than just go to the moon. And this actually weekly looks super good now that I'm looking at this at above about 80, mid 80s. Looks uber sexy. Is this a rebuy? You might ask, and I would say yes. And I would probably stop out anywhere between like 89 and the swing low of this of 70. Well, I'll just say 80 flat. Because once you start getting below this 200 and all these EMAs, which are in chrono cross form, which is beautiful, then it's a little bit nasty. So real conservative traders could probably use that, about 8%. And I mean, you're talking easy 3-1 on that. So not too shabby. TradFi, let's go to it. Oh, that incremental just slow grind up. Doesn't it just look like, does it look sus a little bit to y'all? This perfect, just drift up. No big moves really. Just kind of slow drifting. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. This election, I mean, look at the weekly. Really shows a slow. It's just like the same candle just be printing every single week. Very interesting. Huh. Well, regardless of feelings, shit's bullish above 5250. Same shit for the last week and a half of videos. Same for this, above, 18.2 ish. Looks good, but man, like what are the bulls doing? Like, what is this? What is this crap? This is like nothing percent wise. 4.5% since freaking the beginning of the year. The hell, man? What's going on? Very interesting price action. Still looks fine on here as long as it's going up the trend line. We're not going to overthink it. 39.5, as long as it's above that. Looks pretty decent. Look at where Russell went, right to our freaking target on Thursday of that 2160. And look what it did. Immediate rejection. That 2160 is no joke. We mentioned that on Wednesday. Super, super mega resistance. And until like Russell really got comfy above 2160, I think you do have to be a little cautious of how bullish TradFi really actually is. Because if Russell's not in it, which is a better indicator of the actual economy, then what's going on? Huh? Just some food for thought. The trannies just chilling up here. They've been doing the same shit, just ping ponging back and forth. VIX. Ooh, is this actually that false breakdown? Were we just a little bit early and not letting time go by enough to see if it was? Possibly, man. If this bitch keeps pumping past 15, that would be very interesting. We were kind of talking about that a little bit last week. Let's go look at VVIX real quick. Yeah, still well below, mid 80s. So how about futures? Interesting. Yeah, man. Watch out for VIX above about, $15. And now the story of the week, I think, is this crap. Oil. Dang. And oil was cheap. It went down to like 270 or something around my area over the weekend. I bet you now all that shit's about to get raised back over $3 after today. 82.50. It's bullish as hell, man. It really is. And this is a potential to have a first open and close above that 82 handle since over here, all the way back in the summer of last year. So pretty big deal, y'all, because the last time, yes, it did get faked out the first go around. But, oh, crap. It did get faked out the first go around, but look what it did. Rallied all the way up to that next resistance point at 95. Man, we get that going. And what did this take over? Yeah, that would potentially take us to the next meeting, too, the next Fed meeting, which I believe is like June. You can see this trend line. Oh, man, that would suck for inflation. We don't want to see that, guys. We really don't. No. Let's not do that. Let's go back under 82, please. Can we do that? Because if oil goes up a lot, y'all already know everything we already buying right now is going to probably go up 10, 20 more percent. I mean, it's going to go down 10, 20% because that's what the government says. Inflation's down, so it's fine. It's fine. Watch this chart, man. This one's a serious one. See how this weekly closes. Let's go to the monthly real quick. Oh, God. I wish I could adjust this out of here. Monthly looks pretty, it looks good, but not that crazy. Let's go to the weekly. See what the week closed at. Yeah, I mean, this could be the potential first weekly open and close as well above that 82 handle since also that same summer. But this was a doji candle. Will this print like a doji this week or not? That is the question. Nat gas, sideways as hell. I mean, it's range bound, 165, $2, whatever, until it's out of that ping pong mode. TNX, this is right off the freaking all the EMAs. This bitch looks like it wants to break over 435 this time. And if it does that, we're probably going to 4.5. And there we go. Rates higher. You think it's hard to get a loan now? It'll be even harder if oil and this starts breaking out. They already have crazy stipulations. You got to get blood samples and your firstborn kid now to get a bank loan. And then they still rape you with freaking 6-7%, and you got like an 800 credit score and like less than 50 on your debt to income ratio. It's crazy, man. Oil, oh, sorry, not oil, gold. Look at this. Holy shnikes, Casey Lewis. I'm going to be here for 3 hours just on your tickers. He's busy today. I wonder if those are all bullish. I'm waiting for you to flip to show me bearish charts. That'll be interesting. Anyway, gold, holy crap, almost already hit 2,300 target. This is our box range here is 23 to about 25. Some fib extensions, some other targets, technical targets I've had on here for a long time. Gold just moves really slow. All the precious metals really do. And then for ultimate mega targets for in the future, we got all the way up here at 2769. Hell yeah. But this is the first little wave of that. And you can see the bears already making themselves known. Very bullish above. Let's go to the daily. Hold on. Very bullish above about 22 hundo. Are miners breaking over their levels? They're close. We're about to get to that in a second. Silver, nice little. We were talking about buying some silver Wednesday. I did not get my order filled. I was working some SLV call spreads. They didn't get filled. The market maker didn't want to give me any fills, man. Little bastard. That's okay though. Look at this. Big info right here. Vol flashes on the daily. We got one confirmed on Wednesday, and we're potentially about to have another one today. I'm thinking of still re-entering, even though the position isn't as optimal. It is only about 50 cents, so big deal, especially if this is actually going to break out, which would probably occur if oil keeps breaking out and TNX does. I could see this also following through, maybe playing catch up to gold a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can get some SLV call spreads work, because this is actually a pretty beautiful chart. Chrono cross on the EMAs. I mean, we haven't had such a sexy setup on this in actually a really long time. I mean, this one is kind of sloppy right here. You can kind of see it was there a little bit, but not near as good a structure. There's some gaps in there. There's no gaps in here. It's built very nice. Let's go to the monthly real quick. Oh, shnikes. Hold up. There we go. Look at this. Chop Fest 3000, man. Big range. 22 and a half. And pretty much 26, really. 22 to 26. Let's just keep it easy. It's just been the range since, what is this, January? So a year. So one whole year we've been doing that. Big move coming. Again, this is a free indicator. You should use it. Actually, you shouldn't do anything I say. I'm just some idiot on YouTube or on TradingView. Potentially, I'm going to have to go to YouTube, though, again, because TradingView doesn't want to do streams anymore. Fuckers. Anyway, yeah, we got vol flash. Don't forget, that is directionless, though. That is a directionless indicator. It just implies expansion of volatility. So that could be up or downside. I am leaning on upside, though, just given this structure. Platinum, man, what the hell? Get over 950. What are you doing with your life? Palladium is hovering right over 1,000. This is actually the spot where it does need to do exactly this, retesting this inverted head and shoulders. This is actually a pretty beautiful chart. Technically speaking, with a stop at about 970s on here. Palladium is a little bit hard to trade. There is a couple ETFs for it. They are not super liquid. And this contract is huge on the futures. So it's not the easiest thing to trade, but if you got the capital to do it, this actually is a pretty good setup right here. All right, now what is GDX doing? Hey, look, they caught up. We are over 32 intraday and then got slapped. What a stretch, man. This is what we need to see, one, with Bitcoin miners. And this also we need to see with gold and precious metals. We want to see the miners participating in the rally. This is going to be very interesting this week if they actually break out over this 32 level and stay above it. This is just the first day of the week, obviously, so we got plenty of time for that. But interesting nonetheless. Good job by the bulls getting up there. Same for GDX. GDXJ, sorry, is a little bit higher here at about 40. I think we're almost there too, though. I guess close is close enough. We were 32 cents away. That's close enough. Nice structure though, getting the EMAs all sexy time. We have not seen the EMAs like this in shit. Dude, you actually have to go back before all this sell off. Maybe right here you could have argued a little bit of the Chrono Cross. You didn't have real good slope on the 200, but you don't have great slope here either. So that'd probably be like the last closest time, which was March of 22. So almost actually, yeah, 2 years ago. So pretty interesting there. Precious metals. They sniffing something out in the markets? Potentially. All right, Mr. Lewis, let's see what you got for me today. Oh, you got a lot. Oh, nope, still long. Filtration companies? No, I ain't touching this. No way, man. That's way too far away from me. 14.5% on the daily. 21, yeah, I was assuming this one was going to be really far. Yeah, 24% away from the 21 EMA. Man, and this already looks like mega extensions hit. Yeah, 2618. I mean, if you had to trade this, if it stayed above $31, your next target's like 36. But I mean, dude, this is a daily. You can't even like you can't. There's no structure here. That's the problem, man. And we can show that also via whatchamacallit, the volume profile. Yeah, look, there's like no volume up here, man. Just as bad as down here. So high risk for me. I definitely wouldn't engage in that one. Like I said, if I was forced to trade it for some weird hypothetical reason, and I would have to stop out at about $31 and look for about 35, 36. That's already pretty far up there. What do you got? Yeah, looking for about 30. Yeah, so that's pretty much about what I said. Yeah, if you do it like that, it's okay. I think that one's pretty high risk, though. Chard. It's Chardon. Oh, I like this one a lot better. Yeah, energy, dude, is probably breaking out hardcore. We were looking at some tanker stocks last week and some energy stuff that you had brought up. And yeah, there are a lot of very nice looking charts there. It does have very good resistance right here on this swing high at about 180. Let's go to the weekly. Let's see here. Yeah, about 180 is real good resistance, but not quite open and close above range. We almost had it last week. If this week could close up here and open and close above 176, that actually would look very sexy. This is getting a little frothy. Maybe on a pullback would be a real good re-entry here. But I do like this one more than the ATM one. Pretty badass above low 170s. And the target on this, we got nice structure here that we can pull fibs on. It's about 200, roughly 200. That's a nice round number. So that's probably play that one. I like that a lot better. Yeah, there you go. 170. Yeah, I can get behind that trade for sure. Cows? What the hell is this? The Pacer US cash cows 100. That's the actual name of this shit. Get out of here, dude. That's silly, dude. What a funny name. Cows provides broad-based US large cap equity exposure. Starting with the Russell 1000. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Firms with negative earnings or free cash flow are filtered out. Man, what the hell? What are they doing here? All right. Well, that's funny. What a hell of a name. The cash cows. Okay. How long has this been trading? Wow, a lot longer than I would have guessed. All the way to 2017. Man, bullish as hell above about $53. Ooh, vol flash on the weekly though. I don't like that. I do not like when you get vol flashes like that at the top of a range. That means it's been like almost too methodic to the upside, and you usually start getting some shakeups on that. And that is also a weekly, so we would need a weekly open and close above $58 to kind of negate that a little bit. Yeah, look at these candles just straight the F up. Yeah, not my favorite one. This one's also hard, like that ATM one. Almost even a little bit harder. I mean, how many? We got a long fib up here, about $60. $61 is kind of like the next target off of that. I guess if I had to trade this, 57, 58 as a stop and look for, that low 60s target. But not my favorite. I don't like when they're like this, and I don't like vol flashes at the top of ranges, especially on a weekly. What do you got? 64. Yeah, you're taking it a little bit lower. 54. Yeah, I wouldn't take it that far down. That's almost 10%. And once it loses this little 56, it's probably for sure going to 54 and probably a little lower because the next major support actually isn't until like 52. So, yeah, that's not my favorite one there. IJH. I thought, oh my, I read this as iShares cow when I first glanced at it. That cow shit's got me tripping, man. All right, let's see. What do they do? Some more silly stuff. ETFs. Like IVU. Okay. So many ETFs. Passive investing everywhere. What could go wrong? Anyway, 58 bucks. Above that, it does look pretty damn good. I like this saucer pattern over the last couple years. Not too shabby. Let's pull a Fibonacci on it. About 66.9. Oh yeah, 669. That's the next target. It's about 67 bucks. After that, it's like 85. This one actually does look a lot better. This one is probably going into my favorites so far out of the ones you just shown. Yeah, above 50, upper 50 handle looks very good. So not too bad on that one. That's probably my favorite so far. Yeah, about 54, 74. Yeah, I can get behind that one. Yeah, this one will go in the top. In the top of the whatever. Y'all know what the hell I mean. It's Monday. Nimdi. Man, what's up with all these ETFs? Did you do ETF screener today or what? Let's see. Yeah, all these. So the problem now that I'm kind of going through some of these, if a couple more of these are these ETFs, which it kind of looks like some of them are, like SDVY, I think is. We'll find out here in a sec. But if a lot of them are like this, I wouldn't be entering into all of them because you're pretty much just exposing yourself to all the same shit. So maybe getting too heavily weight. Excuse me. Let me give me a sec here. Maybe getting like too heavily weighted in the same thing. Because if you buy this and you buy cows and you buy that one we just looked at, I mean, you're literally, it's all the same exposure basically. So that would be the only caveat or thing I would add to doing that. But this one does look pretty good above 534. So yeah, if it was me, I'd pick kind of the most liquid one out of these ones you're looking at, and it doesn't look like it's this one. I mean, 580K is okay, but I bet you the other ones might have some more volume. Anyway, above that 535 level, okay. And maybe a target of, let's see, what is it going to be, like 600 probably? Yeah, about 600. 565 at first, and then about 600 on that one. What you got? 5. Yeah, 652. Yeah, so I would skip this one and probably play the one we just looked at, or cows. Just also because this is more money too, right? You know, you only get one share for 552 bucks. But on this other one, you know, that has the same thing. One share is only 60 bucks. And if there's options on them too, if you play options, sometimes it's nicer to have not such expensive stuff on the matrix there. I don't know if you're an options trader or not. New core. Okay. I like this. Let's see. Oh yeah, I like this a lot. Kind of a little ascending triangle, a little breakout over the last pretty much this year. Looks very good above 180. Short term about 192, 190. Longer term 180. But yeah, this actually probably is my favorite one so far out of the list. Very nice. New core. What do they do? Minerals, non-energy. Oh, steel. Okay. Well, we always need a bunch of steel. Yeah, above 190 looks super sexy actually on this one. Let's pull fib right here. Let's look for about 200 and then 220. Looks like about in $20 increments. We have targets there off the fib, off this consolidation. So about 220, 240, 260, and a stop probably about 180. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like this one. Stop at 180. Yeah, there you go. Looking for 230. Like it. That's probably my favorite one so far. Schwab. Yeah, see, look, here's another one. Schwab. This is just all these companies have their same bullshit, whatever they call it, large cap value. It's amazing, only up fund. The Vanguard, it's amazing, returns, never goes down fund. Like all these, I don't really like investing in this kind of stuff. If I'm going to do ETFs, I'm just going to buy SPY. I'm just going to go to the spiders. If I'm going to do that, it's tried and true. It has the most volume by orders of magnitude out of all these, most option volume, super liquid, all that kind of stuff. So all these other ones, Vanguard, the sun is shining portfolio. I mean, they just make up all these weird names. So on that kind of note, I'm not a huge fan of this one. I'd rather just own the SPY. And another interesting thing, though, that we're getting on some of these, now that you are pulling these up, is that we're getting vol flashes on weeklies at the top of this range. Are we getting that on SPY? Let's go look real quick. We don't look at SPY very often. No, we're not. But we are getting it through the SPY proxies, which is kind of... Sometimes the market's sneaky like that. If you know about dark pools and prints, a lot of times they'll go to obscure ETFs to get exposure that no one's looking at because everybody looks at SPY. But sometimes they'll go to stuff like you're looking at here. I've seen this in gold a lot. They'll go to like really obscure gold ETFs and smaller things, and they'll hedge out, and it'll sometimes be a sign of big pivots in the markets. But we don't really talk about actually dark pool prints. I don't know if y'all be interested in doing that, but maybe we could kind of incorporate that one day a week or something, like beginning or end of the week. Probably end of the week would be a good one, so then you could set up for the following week, like Friday dark pool looking action or something. I don't know. I don't know if that sounds like a good idea or not. Let me know if it does. Anyway, above 74, it looks good. But again, on the vein of like, it's just pretty much trading all those other ones the same. Yeah, whatever. I'm kind of indifferent about it. Let's see. Scrolling down. And sometimes that can happen too if you have general. Here's another one. See, if you have general like scanners on, they're going to pull up a lot of these doing the same thing. So here's another cool name. First Trust S Mid Cap Rising Dividend Achievers. Epic, super fun. Nothing can go wrong with rainbow sprinkles. It's just like, dude, like chill out, man. It's actually crazy how many ETFs there are. I mean, I only made up half of those words. It's like literally called the Rising Dividend Achievers. It's funny. Okay. All this passive investing, man. I wish people were more active with their management and their money because it can create liquidity problems. Anyway, I'm going to move on before I go down a big rabbit hole on that one because I have lots of words to say about that topic. But moving on, because this is a price action. Above 33, it does look good. Let's just read it as it is and pretend like it's just some random stock. Target of about 38, 37 bucks off of this structure. So I would stop out at like 33 if I was taking this. What do you got here? About 30, looking for 40. You're just a little bit more aggressive, but that's pretty much in line. Yeah, see, look, all these are probably going to be the same thing. SPMD. I'm almost certain. Yep, portfolio 400 mid cap amazingness, only up fund. So yeah, I'm going to just kind of fly through these. Like it looks okay above 50 and you can probably look for like 60, but all these are the same thing, man. Maybe slight variances, but pretty much it's all the same stuff. So I would just pick the most liquid one and then stick with that one. Yeah, SPY V. Here's the Super Value Trust Series Portfolio Dick Sucking Fund. Very cool. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like SPY, basically. So, again, can just go to SPY, trade that. Above 47 looks okay. And, I mean, this one is kind of frothy looking. So, what is this? Yeah, I mean, 56 maybe is a target, like mid-50s on that. What do you got on there? SPY V. Yeah, so you're about in line with that. So, yeah, I could get behind that, but I'd probably rather trade a different one. What is this here? TMHC. Got to type it right. Oh yeah, my brother-in-law used to work for this company, and they laid him off last year because they were saying their sales suck, but it looks like they're doing fairly good. Maybe he did something else and didn't tell me. Who knows? Does look like there's a nice trend line right here from this low, and y'all already know Corona time. Corona, Rona, Rona. Let's see, $53, very good support. And if we pull a Fibonacci off of this little sell-off, we got a target of about mid-70s. So that's not bad. I actually kind of like this one. What do you got here? Yeah, looking for 70. Stop at 57. Oh, yeah. This is one of my more top ones that you got listed here outside of, what was that last one I liked? Was it New or IJH? It was one of those earlier ones that looked real nice. Yeah, I can get behind this one. I like that. Surprisingly, builders are doing really good on their stocks wise, but which is weird because my brother-in-law also works for another housing company, and they haven't sold a house in like a month almost, and the owners are starting to kind of freak out. They're like, "What the hell?" And I'm in Central Texas, which is booming down here, has been for a while, and so it's kind of interesting that what the hell's going on? They're just rallying to all-time highs, and they can't sell houses. I don't know. That makes sense to me. What do I know? TRV. Oh, snap. Travelers insurance, baby. Jesus. Well, I guess this is what happens when you double your premiums across the board. Looks really good above 220. I don't like this gap, though, here. If it loses anywhere below 220, this shit's probably getting filled. So I'd use that as a hard stop and maybe look for about 250, something like that. What do you got? Yeah, 240. Stop. Oh, you're a little tight on that one. High and tight. Ooh, I like that. I like that. You're trading it like a fade. Very good. Yeah, I can get behind that since you got it nice and tight there. I don't think it's a high probability trade to play out, but at least your risk is small. Not too shabby there. Yeah, here's another one. The Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. Oh yeah, how cool is that? What is this going to be? Kind of like a corporate bond deal, probably breaking out. Looks pretty good above 114. Let's pull the Fibbies. Man, you went down the ETF rabbit hole today. 120, mid 120s will be like the next target. You're kind of in the middle of no man land here, though. After this rally, it would have been much better to buy it a month ago when it first broke out of this range and look for that mid 120s. Now you're literally right in the middle. So you're like only $5 away to next major resistance and 10 away from major support. So this one isn't in the best scenario. 142 is the next target way up there. So, yeah, let's go to the daily. Yeah, and you got vol flashes up here at the top of range. Man, if I was to trade it, I would have a hard stop at like 117.5, something like that. Anything below there, it could easily dump to 110. Yeah, I don't like that vol flash at the top of range, especially with this little pump right after it, just kind of floating, no volume, or the volume's tapering down. Yeah, I mean, it's okay as long as you got a hard stop on this guy. What are you looking at? 115. Yeah, okay, that's fine. 115 right below this little swing low. I'd have it a little bit higher, but and you're looking for 131. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of the ranges. Yeah, that's not my favorite one. That's not my favorite one. I don't think I would take that trade. WWD. Woodward. What is this? Manufacturing. Woodward Inc. Okay. All right. That's nice. Looks good above 142. Of course, it's 142. Very nice. And big consolidation zone. So about 142, and we're probably looking at about 160, like upper 160s. Yeah, 170. So 170 is the target, and 142 is the stop on that one. Not too bad, though. Yeah, stop at 142, 180. So you're going a little bit more aggro than I probably would on this. Hey, but 180 could definitely get hit if it keeps running for sure. But that's pretty good. I like that one more than the other ones. That's for sure. DHI. Oh yeah, some Horton action. Oh, beautiful above 155. Again, the builders. What the hell? Does have earnings coming up, but that's not till around April 20th. So big deal. 150, very good support. And if we pull, I think we have to pull off of this fib here to see about 200 bucks. Yeah, so about $200 is probably the target on this. This is all-time highs, right? Yeah. I think. Let's go make sure. Yeah. All time. So about 200 mega long-term support all the way down at 122. So depending kind of how you're setting that up. Looking for one. Yeah, okay. I like that. 189. Stopping out at 154 right above this. Yeah, that's actually a good setup right there. That might be one of my, that's definitely in the top 3 for sure. DTM down to midstream. Oh, yes, the oil guys. Look at this. If it can stay above $60 this week, that would look bullish as hell, man. That would be BAF mode all the way. Looks good above 59 handle. We do have some vol flashes up here, but we're just getting some follow through to the upside, so that's pretty damn sexy. Excuse me. 60, like pretty much 65 to 70 is about the target on this, somewhere in there. Kind of adjust that one as necessary for your risk tolerance. So that one's actually pretty good. I like that chart. Looking at 58 for your stop, 61. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. And then we've got Lenny. What's Len doing? Lennar. Oh, yeah. Look at this. We're at a resistance point that I had drawn on here at some point. When did I draw that? I don't know. Was that a target? Yes, it was a target. I wonder if we drew that on here from when we looked at it a while ago. We probably did. So now we're at this target, and we're already getting rejected today. If it closes like this and engulfs this, no way I'm going to long that. I would wait for some reset action and see what it did over the next week or two. But yeah, swift rejection and major resistance. I wouldn't even want to entertain getting long this until we got comfy back over 170. That's a little bit higher risk there, which you might have a long in. Yeah, see, so your long is at 172. I forget you target a little bit higher sometimes. So yeah, if that was the case and it was nice structure above this little 169, 170 area, then it's okay. But the way this candle's shaping up right now, I'm going to be patient on that one. Lenny, good old Lenny. All right, let's go to blockchain stuff, and we'll wrap up. Oh, God, it's already been over an hour. Holy crap. Yeah, I got to wrap up now. 1,700. Just keep making higher highs, higher lows. Stay on these 21s. Bitcoin, stay on the trend line. Don't make another marker for this time. It's different, all right? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. We're just getting a little bit of a breather today. That's okay. You can't just go up forever. You got to take some liquidation breaks. Mama Bear, stay above the daily 21, which is coinciding perfectly with the trend line and also the tweezers. Yes, Unicorn Shirt Man has already breached into the tweezers, but it's not Mama Bear. Mama Bear is the most important one. Would actually be way more lovely if bulls could rally this back above these little bodies from last week today. That would be nice. They still got 6 hours to do it, so anything's possible. Outside of that, much love, guys. I hope y'all have an awesome start to your weekend. And until then, this is No Noiz. I am Z Rex. I will see y'all on Wednesday. Peace.